the lack of, well, proof that she's been in the gym working on her craft, trying to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of basketball.
Angel Reese is back in the spotlight, but this time it's not for a glamorous event or a viral moment on social media. It's because of a training video that has fans talking. With the WNBA offseason in full swing, players are busy sharpening their skills, either by playing overseas or hitting the gym. But Reese's latest practice clip has left many wondering, what exactly is she working on? Fans are scratching their heads, noticing a disconnect between what Reese is focusing on and some of her struggles on the court. This has sparked debates about whether she's truly dedicated to improving or just trying to make a name for herself during the offseason. Meanwhile, the spotlight naturally turns to comparisons with her peer, Caitlin Clark. Clark's training videos show her working on drills that directly enhance her strengths on the court, something Reese's footage seems to lack. The contrast between the two has only added pressure on Reese, with people questioning if she's more interested in growing her personal brand than improving her game. Is Reese really pushing her?
She was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1% from the field.
The offseason to focus on improving her game. After months of high-profile red carpet appearances and social media moments, many expected to see her putting in the work on the court. But did the video deliver? Clip 3. Instead of focusing on improving her inside game, the video showed Angel Reese working on three-point shooting and mid-range jumpers, skills that many fans found surprising, given her role as a dominant presence under the basket at 6'3".
I'm trying to figure out why she's putting so much time in developing an outside shot when she works under the basket, primarily. You get a rebound, are you going to try to run out there all of a sudden and shoot a three, even though you got perimeter players that are standing around waiting for you to pass them the ball so they can shoot wide open shots? It could potentially be a horrible season.
Instead of focusing on improving her inside game, the video showed Angel Reese working on three-point shooting and mid-range jumpers, skills that many fans found surprising, given her role as a dominant presence under the basket at 6'3". Fans quickly questioned why she was focusing on these moves when her real strengths and needs are in the paint. The backlash came fast and furious. Social media erupted with comments highlighting her disappointing shooting stats, just 39.1% from the field and 44.5% from under 5 feet, which is one of the lowest in history, especially considering the volume of attempts. For any player, these numbers raise concerns, but for someone expected to be a key part of her team's offense, it's a red flag. The reactions quickly turned to comparisons with infamous practice videos from NBA players like Ben Simmons, who also showcased flashy skills in the offseason that didn't translate into improved performance during actual games. Fans are now wondering if Reese's offseason focus will follow the same pattern.
I'm wondering, a lot of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here, and I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. She plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the...
The comparison to Ben Simmons wasn't exactly flattering, and Reese's critics quickly seized on it as more evidence that she might be more focused on optics than actual improvement. One fan even bluntly said, "Teach her how to make a layup, please." This video sparked bigger conversations among analysts who took a deeper look at Reese's training focus. Many pointed out the clear disconnect between the skills she was working on and the areas that needed real attention. While flashy three-point shots might look good in a practice video, they don't address the core problem: her inefficient scoring inside and over-reliance on offensive rebounds, many of which come from her own missed shots. Analysts argued that Reese should be focusing on refining her interior game, especially learning to finish under pressure. Given her height and her role on the team, improving her inside game should be the priority. One fan even suggested she should be working on fixing her form and shot mechanics first, rather than posting videos of awkward jump shots.
If Angel Reese doesn't improve her offensive efficiency, she can't be a franchise player. Her IG followers aren't going to help her win games. Eventually, the need for quality will beat mediocrity. Amen. That's a great comment right there. It really is. Yeah, you're not building a championship contender around Reese, considering she's a rebounding role player. She's a good player, but she'd be better off the bench as an energy player. She's not an MVP caliber player because she can't shoot outside.
The criticism didn't just come from fans. Media observers also weighed in, noting that this wasn't the first time Reese's off-season priorities had raised concerns. Her high-profile social media presence, often filled with glamorous events and podcast appearances, had already given the impression that basketball might not be her top focus. The practice video only fueled these doubts, creating a perception that her off-season might be more about staying in the spotlight than making real progress in her game. The timing of the video played a big role in how it was received. With the 2025 season right around the corner and competition in the league growing tougher, fans and analysts alike expected Reese to show a clear commitment to improving the fundamentals, things like layups, defense, and rebounding. Instead, they were left with a video that seemed to miss the mark, leaving them questioning her dedication to the core aspects of her game.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
When comparing practice videos, one fan pointed out the contrast between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Clark regularly faces intense, hands-on defense from grown men, trying to stop her from making shots. But in Reese's video, there's little defensive pressure, leading some to wonder why she's focusing on long-range shooting, especially since she's known for playing under the basket. The question arises, is Reese genuinely working to improve her game, or is this part of a bigger trend fans have been noticing? And just how serious is the criticism? If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We know your time is valuable, and we appreciate you watching. Now, back to the story. As fans and analysts dissected Reese's practice video, Chicago Sky head coach, Tyronn Marsh, unintentionally added fuel to the fire during a recent press conference. Marsh was clear that Reese needed improvement and a stronger commitment to the basics, things like layups, defense, and rebounding. While he praised her raw talent, he didn't shy away from stressing that talent alone wouldn't be enough to succeed in a highly competitive league.